This thing, which I believe is the most convenient native Apple accessory, doesn't exist anymore. Well, not really. So I used to carry around this big Anker battery for all of my power needs. So my MacBook, phone, anything that needed charging throughout the day, I would need to plug a cable into this thing and get juice from it. And that was a huge hassle because I had to have this and a big bundle of cables. I ended up resorting to one of those like small multi-cables where you would have one end be USB and then one end have like micro USB, USB-C, a ton of other things. But that was just not ideal. Like I just wanted something small and light that I could have for my phone. There were days where I'd be using my phone a lot for work maybe, or just for routing. And I wanted something to juice up with if it died before the evening and I was out of the house. The Anker was a massive hassle just because I had to manage the cables and whatnot. So I was like, why not get the native Apple battery? So I ended up biting the bullet on the Apple Magsafe Battery. It really easily snaps on the back using MagSafe, and the magnets are pretty secure. Sometimes if you shear or really pull on it, you can get it off, but usually that doesn't happen. But obviously if you drop your phone, it's gonna come off. MagSafe just isn't that secure. There are actually iPhone cases that add magnets and make MagSafe a little bit stronger. So if that's a concern with your batteries or your wallets or anything MagSafe, then that's definitely an option for you. But the main thing I wanted was just no hassle with a cable and something super small and light that I could just throw in my pocket and then go about my day. And I never regretted that decision. At this point, the battery just lives inside my pocket or my bag because it's easy enough to toss around and really doesn't add any extra load. So obviously this thing works best with iPhones. It can still wirelessly charge anything that can wirelessly charge, but with an iPhone you get the nice... You also get a readout of the power left with the battery widget, which I guess you can't really get with a non-iPhone. Speaking of, you technically can use it with a non-iPhone, but the main way it attaches to the phone is with the MagSafe magnets. So you're probably gonna have to keep it on like a table or a surface somewhere. And your mileage may vary for how much it can actually charge your phone, but with my 13 Pro, it charges maybe about halfway on a full charge. Apple advertises up to 60% charge for my phone and up to 40% for the Pro Max options. So this checks out. And it doesn't actually list the capacity of the battery anywhere in the support article, which is really weird. But the battery itself says 1460 milliamp hours, which is written in really tiny text on the battery itself. And this is compared to the most recently released iPhone 16 Pro's 3582 milliamp hours. But it's not really that simple. These numbers don't really just line up that way. So according to PC Mag, milliamp hours defines a battery's capacity to power a device, but that statistic is calculated with the assumption that the two devices have the same voltage. Since all the iPhone 12 models have 3.81 volt batteries, so this is a little bit outdated, but we can extrapolate, and the MagSafe battery pack has a 7.6 volt potential, the battery pack's effective milliamp hour capacity is actually 2,920 milliamp hours instead of the listed 1460. So either way, this is definitely a run and gun type of thing, and it won't get you a whole lot of capacity if you're out traveling or you need something with more juice. But that's the trade-off you're gonna get for the size and portability that this thing offers. This battery has the exact same light as in AirPods. Like it even turns on for the same amount of time when you start charging it. But if you want to check what the level is at, there's not really an easy way to do that. Like with AirPods, you can just open the case up and you get a readout, like an approximate readout for what it is. Green if it's full and orange if it's not. Here you have to slap it on your phone and check it from there, or plug it in and the light will turn on. And this can get really annoying when you go for a while without checking it, and it turns out to be dead when you really need it. Even my old Anker battery had a button to check the status, and that would really fix this problem.
Oh my god. I was in the middle of filming and this light just fell on top of my lamp. Now there's glass everywhere. Fuck.
Okay, so what about charging speed? Well, obviously it's gonna be pretty slow because it's MagSafe, and it does end up being around 4 to 5 watts. And if you plug the battery in while it's on the phone, you'll get around 15 watts, which is decent. It can also get kind of warm, which is just natural for wireless charging. You also have to be mindful what case you have in general and what stuff you have attached to your phone. because if there's too much bulk, it's straight up just not going to work. So no phone wallet, unfortunately. But that's going to be a problem with all wireless charging things. It doesn't matter if it's this battery or if it's a MagSafe charger, or if it's something else. If you use a phone wallet, you're just going to deny yourself wireless charging anything. And I think that's a pretty big problem for this battery because the port that it has can't be used for out charging. So you can charge your phone with the battery through MagSafe, but that's it. The cool thing is that you can charge the battery in your phone at the same time, albeit kind of slow. And you can do this through either port, but obviously the phone one will be faster for your phone. So personally, I never do this. I've never really had a need. The battery honestly doesn't take that long to charge, and I'm usually pretty good with keeping all of my things charged. So that's totally dependent on you. I think this would be massively convenient for a lot of other people. And I tend to not really like wirelessly charging my phone either way, but you definitely have the option of having the battery on your phone and plugging one of them in to charge both of them at the same time. Okay, so why am I even telling you all this if the battery is discontinued? Why should you even care? Well, there are a lot of other batteries on the market now with a similar form factor, like Anker's MagGo power bank. It even has a screen and a kickstand. So even though this battery doesn't exist anymore, I think it paved the way for a bunch of better batteries on the market. It retailed for $94, at least when I bought it, but for the same price now, you can get a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, albeit not as portable. So compared to what you can get now, is this the best option? No, definitely not. Is it still one of the most portable footprints you can get? No, actually. The Anker 621 is much bigger capacity and pretty much the same size. Am I going to replace it though? No, not anytime soon.